waiting for this. This is vital for the fish pond. Vital. We've had so much hot weather. Make sure it's on the camera. Yeah. We've had so much hot weather that the algae on the pond, because it's a big pond, is rampant. Yay! It's my algae catcher. Well, let's hope it works. So I'll go and test it, and then I'll show you and hope that it's good. This is for ponds or swimming pools. And I just hope it works. Right, okay, so I'm battling the algae. It's Battle of the Algae. And this, my new pond skimmer, is pretty amazing. Really amazing. I'll show you in a minute. So, because it's such a big pond, and because it's so sunny, we've had sun for many weeks now, we're getting a lot of algae blooming, and it's terrible because there's no filtration on this pond. We're thinking of doing something, maybe a barrel with full of straw, and then pump the water through it. But this is pretty good. I don't mind doing this twice a day. I'll show you. Hang on, there. I don't know if you can see that. It's pretty good, and I'm pleased with it, and the shape of it and everything. It skims across the water. Just, you don't sort of, you just let it skim through the water. I'm just on top of the water. And look. Pretty horrible, that. You know the Amazon bags that you get when you order something from Amazon? Sometimes you get nice big ones. I recycle them. So if I get a really big one, I love Amazon because they use recyclable and biodegradable material for their packaging. I love them. Anyway, so if I got a big bag, I'd cut it into 4 and make these little pockets. These lovely little paper pockets. I know you can buy bags, but why would you want to do that when you've got all these? You know, why would you want to do that? That's mad. But anyway, so what I use them for is I store all my seeds in them. I leave the tops open, put the seeds in, put the you know, seed heads in there. And if you give them a shake every now and again, all the seeds will go to the bottom and you'll have loads of seeds. And what I've done is I've got all these bags that I've made already. And, you know, in the garden, the foxgloves, the poppies, I'll show you in a minute, the poppies, the love in a mist, cornflowers, they're all going over. And this year, instead of cutting them off when they start to look untidy, I've kept every single bit of seed. So therefore, I've got a lot of seed, a lot. And these bags are going to come in handy. But another thing I've done as well, lovely cornflowers there. Look at all that seed just popping off there. Look. Anyway, so what I've done now, I'll show you these as well. I've made these, it's only a bit of fabric and glue, and I've made these little bags. I'll show you close up in a minute. I've just glued it, all the material together, made a nice little pocket, like that. And I'll show you what I've done with them. And these are going to be nice gifts for people, you know, just gifts from a Cornish cottage garden, you know. So show you. So I thought these would make really pretty little presents, don't you, for people. And what I did was I cut some, I got rid of the tea, I composted the tea from a tea bag. These are Tetley tea bags, and I looked on the box and they're plant-based, that bag, so they're compostable. So anyway, so I emptied the tea out, didn't even waste that, I put it in the compost, and I filled it with foxgloves. I'll show you. Well, you can see it actually. So I filled that with foxglove seeds, okay. And then I will pop it into one of my gorgeous country style pockets, fabric pockets. Popped in there, and then I'll put the label so that it's sort of inside, not inside, but you know, poking out like that, right? And that will say what the seeds are. And I'll just put a tiny bit of glue, or not, I might actually, what I'll do is I'll just glue that so that it's glued into the inside, that little gift tag. And there you are. So we've got a gingham one, pretty little gingham one. And what you can do is you can put, you could put several packets of seed and just write on the thing, foxgloves or love in a mist or whatever, you know, whatever seeds they are. Look at all these seeds. I can't believe it. Look at that. Look. Not marvellous. So anyway, wouldn't that be nice to give your gardening friends, there's another gingham, a little packet of seeds as a gift. Hey, what do you think? I like that idea. It's so country, so nice. And Like I say, you could put 2 or 3 packs in that little pocket, and you can just write on from a Cornish cottage garden, from a cottage garden or whatever, with a little love heart. And then on the actual tea bags, you could just write whatever the seeds are. Isn't that nice? Isn't that a nice idea? Well, I was making these. I mean, probably other people have done it. I don't know, but this is my idea with the fabric as well. You could use lovely gift wrap if you don't want to do, and just use a glue stick and lovely gift wrap if you don't want to go to the trouble of doing the fabric. But I thought the fabric was a lovely idea. But when I was making these bags for the seeds, I thought, hang on a minute, I'm going to have like a bazillion seeds, so I could give them away as gifts. And then I automatically thought, let's make a lovely country style pocket for the seeds. And my husband said, why don't you use a tea bag and empty the tea out, because it's nice that, and you can see through it and everything. Why don't you use a tea bag, and it's breathable as well, and it's plant-based. So if you wanted to, you could just throw that in the ground, or rip it open, sprinkle it, chuck that in the ground. Bob's your uncle. What do you think? I love it. So that's the end of the video, and I hope you enjoyed it. And if you did, and if you like the content of my videos, I would really appreciate it if you would subscribe to the channel. And with that, I'll say bye for now, and as always, love from the land of mist and legend. See you next time.